from the age of 18, 19, up to maybe your early 30s, go and experience different things, different opportunities, different roles. Doesn't matter if you change your career path in that time, really doesn't matter. Go and experience different things, because you will learn a lot about the things that you like, the things that you don't like, the things, the people you like working with, the people you don't, the kind of areas you want to influence, the kind of areas you don't. And you will create your own identity in that period. And believe me, if you take that forward in that way and go and do those different things with a positive attitude, you will find your way for sure. I'm Asif Rehmanwala. I'm the Chief Executive Officer of Ecotricity. Ecotricity is the world's first renewable energy company. It's a company that was established 27 years ago and one that sells renewable energy to nearly 200,000 customers, domestic and business. It generates renewable energy, and it does so by reinvesting all of the profits that it makes from customers back into making renewable energy. So that's great. I'm also CEO of our group. So we have a group called Green Britain Group, which kind of oversees Ecotricity, some new venture businesses, and a football club called Forest Green Rovers. I've described Ecotricity. New Ventures is an amazing set of businesses in different sectors. To very briefly touch on, making diamonds from the sky, using carbon from the atmosphere to make lab-grown diamonds to challenge mine diamonds, vegan food manufacturing business, a mobile phone network business, and a small wind turbine manufacturing business, which is just great to be part of. And then Forest Green Rovers is the world's greenest football club, which is also great. It's a fantastic different avenue for, I guess, sharing our green credentials and our message. And it's a vegan football club, and the reach has been just phenomenal for that football club. So yeah, I'm vice chairman of Forest Green Rovers. So quite a lot of different responsibilities, but all very varied and very interesting. It's certainly an interesting one. I'll probably start off with my family. So my grandparents on my dad's side were what I would call living in poverty in a village in Gujarat in India. So my grandfather used to walk 20 miles a day, thereabouts, to sell clothing on his shoulder to earn his daily bread to be able to give my dad an education in India. And that was tough. My mum's family migrated from India in the 1960s to work here, I guess. My grandfather working night shifts and various things. And my mum came here as a 16-year-old to support my grandfather. And she worked from 16 all the way through to retirement a few years ago, pretty much every day. And raising myself and my sister during that time was a challenge, especially with my dad working pretty much 7 days a week too. So from humble, I guess, background and beginnings. And I should probably compare that a little bit to our owner and founder here at Ecotricity and Green Britain Group, Dale Vince. He was a new age traveler, started with nothing and then built the company. So I can't not mention that, because there's quite a lot of similarities from the background point of view and history point of view. And then I guess for myself, I grew up in Cheltenham, which is actually quite a nice town in England, but I wasn't fortunate to be able to go to the best schools or, have the best things in any kind of way. A lot of my parents' income was being sent back to their home country to support their families there. And they were trying to obviously establish their lives here by trying to buy a house and a car and all those kind of things. So it was quite tough as a childhood. And I always remember that, because that keeps you quite humble. And then growing up, I didn't go to the best schools, didn't have the, unfortunately, fantastic opportunity from an education point of view. I kind of got by and got through by working hard and having the right morals and the right ethics and that kind of stuff. Nothing should hold you back in terms of what the opportunity could be. I've worked hard. Everyone could say they worked hard, so it's not something that's incredible. But also having integrity and the right approach, I think that's been really important. And by having that, I think certainly has probably engaged me to every manager that I've had. And they've kind of felt that vibe from me. And that's probably attracted me to them to enable them to give me the opportunity to thrive, really, give me the environment to flourish. So it's a two-way thing. You work hard, you have the right integrity, the right approach, have a positive attitude, all those kind of things. And if you're lucky to have good bosses on your journey, then it connects, and then your journey kind of evolves and you go to the next stage. At AC, I never thought this would be the case. I still pinch myself pretty much every day when I get out of bed to come and do a wonderful and amazing job. And by not having, I guess, that your word spoon-fed background, and that's not to say that's wrong either, but not having had that just means I think I appreciate it more. Not being privileged, I think it's definitely shouldn't be a barrier. it can become a barrier if you let it become a barrier to say, look, I'm not going to get an opportunity because of my background or where I'm at. If everyone thinks that, then no one will get one opportunity. I think if everyone thinks differently in that context to say, I'm my own person, I'm going to make my own career, I'm going to take my own approach, I'm going to, build my strengths, I'm going to try and improve my weaknesses or part weaknesses that are not going to improve, and I'm going to navigate my career and my journey from that point of view. Everyone has that opportunity. You have to have that, I feel, that passion, that grit, that determination, look for opportunities, be proactive and be positive. I think it makes such a big difference. I do a lot of mentoring for a lot of people, young people, executives, and a lot of it does come down to your kind of positive mental attitude and taking that approach on a day-to-day basis and trying to carve out opportunities for yourself in a way that is, finely balanced, not pushing too hard, but taking that approach of being positive and looking for those opportunities rather than sitting back and expecting something to come to you or thinking that you're underprivileged and therefore it's never going to improve for you. So positivity and embracing proactivity, I would say, is a really big one for me. I can think of, numerous examples for myself where things weren't going well and I was tenacious and showed that resilience, like you said. And that really has come to the fore for me because when I've reflected on those situations, certainly that tenacity and, that real resilience has really helped, I feel. And, sometimes the most difficult aspects or parts of your career, your journey are the most important ones because they're the ones that you learn most about yourself and about, how you can, I guess, navigate that situation. And I've certainly experienced it. And I think it's a really good question. And it's really clear for me as an answer that, a really good point that is the case, that, you do feel that you have more determination, more grit, and you can really take that into your career. And I think you become a bit more, I guess, hardened to business through taking that approach. And it stands you in good stead as it has certainly for myself. From the age of your, what you describe, your 18, 19, up to maybe your early 30s, go and experience different things, different opportunities, different roles. Doesn't matter if you change your career path in that time, really doesn't matter. Go and experience different things because you will learn a lot about the things that you like, the things that you don't like, the things that the people you like working with, the people you don't, the kind of areas you want to influence, the kind of areas you don't. And you will create your own identity in that period. And believe me, if you take that forward in that way and go and do those different things with a positive attitude, you will find your way for sure. And the last thing I would say is something that's really helped me is have a personal development plan for the next year ahead, every year for the next few years. And a personal development plan doesn't have to be onerous and it doesn't have to be exactly spot on in terms of you achieving it every year, because some years you'll achieve more and some years you'll achieve less. I would say 2 or 3 goals for the 12 months ahead and 2 or 3 actions for each goal with some timeline associated with it, and go and attack it in that way. Like I said, if you attack it through reading something, to speaking to someone, to on the job or on your university course or your apprenticeship, whatever you're doing, go and put that in place. And like I said, some years you'll smash it and you look back and think, yeah, I did all of that. Some years, for whatever reason, whether it's professional or personal, you won't be able to achieve it. It's fine. Move it on to the next year and take it on to the next year. But believe me, after about 6 or 7 years, you'll look back and you'll be absolutely delighted that you've done it, because you'll have learned so much from doing that and seen how you've progressed. And it's really massively helped me and the people that I've mentored. So a bit of a long-winded answer, but hopefully very useful one.